I feel like one of these is about to fall off, and if it does, that'll be interesting. Hey guys, what's up? It's Liz, and today I am going to be talking about my top 10 albums of 2018. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting a lot of great music to be released this year, but to my surprise, there was a lot. I don't really have a specific order, but I can tell you what my top 3 albums were of 2018. I might be able to tell you like what my number 1 was. There's no order with this. I can't pick a favorite. It's like asking me what my favorite breed of dog is, or asking me what my favorite concert that I've ever been to was. It's not gonna happen. So we are going to get into this today, and I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible because, not gonna lie, I don't want to have trouble editing it later because I'm trying to get this up tomorrow, and today is Sunday, the 30th, and I want this up the 31st. So we're gonna do that. I promised you guys this will be my last video of 2018. My first video of 2019 is gonna be a very personal video that I'm very excited to share with you guys. You're gonna learn a lot more about me. I'm a little scared, a little terrified. I think it'll help a lot of people. Let's get into it. I have my handy dandy trusty assistant here with me who might be getting up in a minute. There she goes. Just kidding, I don't have an assistant anymore. She just left the room. You know what, we're just gonna start from the bottom up of how I have them listed, because the top 3, I don't think I can pick a favorite. So actually I probably can. For this video, I'm going to have 2 songs from each album that I am going to be mentioning in this video in a Spotify playlist, and I will have that linked down below for you guys to check out if you're interested in checking out any of the albums that I have mentioned in this video. I'm going to put my favorite 2 to 3 songs in this Spotify playlist for you to check out, just in case you were a little iffy about listening to the album, or you just didn't know where to start, or this is a brand new artist for you. I will have all of that in a Spotify playlist for you down in the description box down below for you guys. The first album I'm going to mention is Petaluma by This Wildlife. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. That album was incredible. I actually got to see This Wildlife for the first time this past summer at Warped Tour, like 3 or 4 times. I went to 5 Warped Tours this year. Do I regret it? No. It was actually a good time, and if I met you this past year at Warped Tour, thank you so much for watching my videos and coming up and saying hi to me. I truly appreciate it. But Petaluma by This Wildlife, I could not get into their last album. This record kind of took me by surprise. Let's be honest. The singer of This Wildlife has an insanely beautiful voice, and it always catches my attention. It's always so soothing. I have a lot of their songs on my headache playlist, which for some reason has a lot of followers on it, and I'm not entirely sure why. I never really post about it or anything about my Spotify, but that one just has a lot of followers, and I appreciate you guys for checking it out and enjoying the playlist. Apparently a lot of people get headaches, so I'm not the only one, thank God. But this record has caught my attention, and I have listened to it so much this past year. Apparently This Wildlife was one of my top listened to artists, or my most listened to artists on Spotify this past year. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very surprised by it. I listen to them a lot because they're my headache playlist. That playlist helps me calm down whenever I'm having problems with my anxiety. So, you know, it makes sense. This record is honestly very well written. I love a lot of the songs on this record. My favorite songs on this album are Hold You Here, Head First, and Katie Ray. All great songs, all very well written. I just loved everything about these songs, and I think you guys would love them as well if you like the same kind of music that I do, obviously. The next record for me was one that came out later this year, so it came out basically like a few weeks ago. A Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships by the 1975. I didn't think I was going to add this on to my top albums of 2018 until it was released. I had no intentions of listening to this album. I didn't really like the singles at first because I'm stubborn and I didn't like the way they sounded, so I kind of just brushed them off this year. I didn't really listen to the 1975. I didn't really give them my attention. That was until I heard the album and everyone freaking out about it. Me being the person that I am, I was getting FOMO. I didn't want to be left out. I wanted to know what all the buzz was about. I wanted to know what everyone was freaking out about. So I decided to listen to it at work one day. Basically the day it came out, while I was editing the entire day. Fell deeply in love with this record. It is so, I love every single song. I actually researched a lot about this album because I was going to do an album review on this. I filmed it. It was completely out of focus and scrapped the entire video because I was so frustrated. I could not sit back down and refilm that video. So I know a lot about this album. I know a lot about each song. I kind of did a lot of research about it, and it made me fall even more in love with this record and this band. My favorites on this record are Love It If We Made It, I Like America and America Likes Me, and Be My Mistake. Be My Mistake. That That song made me so emotional the first time I heard it. If you listen to it, you know. Again, this record is incredible. The 1975 has never really disappointed me with a release, so I highly recommend checking this one out if you haven't already. So I didn't think this next album was even going to make the list. It wasn't even on my radar at the beginning of the year, to be completely honest. Composure by Real Friends. I know. I don't really like Real Friends, but this album has changed my mind. It's honestly their best album, in my opinion, that they have released, because it's the only one that could catch my attention and make me listen to them. I'm not a big fan of Dan's voice, but something on this record, or whatever he did, it made me fall in love with his voice, and I'm not entirely sure why or what happened for that to happen. My favorite songs on this record are Smiling on the Surface, From the Outside, and Me First. Me First really caught my attention. That song kind of hits close to home. It kind of just is like, okay, I relate to that song a lot. From the Outside, when that song was released, I remember in my group chat with Liz, Sam, and Jesse, I think Sam had mentioned that she really liked this song, and we were all like, what? We were all very surprised that we could actually even really like a Real Friend song, because we're not the biggest fans of them. They do have one or two songs from past albums that I have listened to that I do enjoy and that I have on playlists on my Spotify account and that I do listen to. But other than that, I've never really given them a chance, and I'm glad I did with this record because it's one of my favorites. I fucking bought it on vinyl. That's how you know it's real. My next favorite album of 2018 is Glory Sound Prep by Jon Bellion. We all know I love Jon Bellion. I have all of his records on vinyl. I need to add this one to the collection along with a few others on this list. I feel like if I have them on this list, I need to buy them on vinyl. It gives me an excuse, right? Perfect. Right, exactly. I was very excited for him to release an album this year. I feel like it was released very quickly. Maybe he's been working on it for a long time and just wanted to get his new music out there. Whatever the case is, I don't really care. I'm excited that we have something new from him this year. I feel like The Human Condition was released so long ago. It was probably released in like 2016, I believe. It just felt like it's been so long since we've had something new from him, and I'm honestly not disappointed. A few of the songs on here I don't really care for. The songs I do like kind of outweigh those other songs and kind of make this whole album for me great. My favorites are JT, Stupid Deep, and Blue. Love those songs, listen to them all the time. I think JT might be on my top listened to songs on Spotify. I'm not sure. I listened to it a lot. I kind of played it over and over again so I could like learn the lyrics because I was really loving that song at the time. But this record as a whole, I do really enjoy it. I will always be very impressed with his album art and what he does with it. I love the album art that he does for any of his records. Like at least the past two. The past two I love because they're very Disney animation inspired, and I really appreciate that. I do think this is a record that you guys should check out if you guys are fans of his past work. The next record that I have been loving this year is Sweetener by Ariana Grande. And the fact that we might be getting new music from her in 2019 blows my mind because Sweetener was literally just released. You know she's putting in so much work for this next record if we already have 2 new singles after this. Ariana Grande has truly become one of my favorite female vocalists of all time. Watching her sing in like the carpool karaoke's or just watching videos of her singing live, it truly blows my mind because of how easy it looks for her. Like, it looks effortless when she sings. It doesn't even look like she's trying. I'm not gonna lie, I truly do enjoy the song Raindrops on this record, even though it's like not even, it's 38 seconds long and it's one of my favorite things on this record because I just love her voice on it. It just sounds so angelic. It sounds so beautiful. Like we're about to like walk into the gates of heaven. That's what it sounds like to me. My favorite songs on this record are Breathe In because I relate to that on a personal level. God as a Woman because her voice in that just blows my mind. And REM because I just love the way it sounds. But everything on this record is good. Everything she releases is amazing, in my opinion. At least with this record, I do like a lot. But I'm excited to hear what she's going to release in the future because of Imagine and Thank You Next. By the way, that music video, iconic. I love that music video so much and I hate videos. Like I never like music videos. You guys know this if you've been watching me for a long time. Sweetener by Ariana Grande. Great record. The next album I'm going to mention in this video is Living Proof by State Champs. Not a surprise that it's on my list. I'm not gonna lie, I don't listen to it a lot. Once this record was released, I listened to it so much, but I haven't really gone back and listened to it at all, and I don't really know why. Every so often I listen to it, but it's not like an everyday occurrence like it was with their past records. But I still do like this record nonetheless. Our Time to Go, Criminal, and Lightning are my favorite songs on this album. Seeing them play some of these songs live in an arena when they were opening for Fall Out Boy was truly life-changing, and I had so many goosebumps because I saw these guys open up for We're the In Crowdy years ago. It blows my mind that they are able to perform to that many people. I'm just so happy for them with all that they have accomplished this past year. I'm very excited to see what comes next for them. Also, there's only one song on this album that I hate, and it's Time Machine with Mark Hoppus because I don't care for his voice. I think it's so annoying and nasally, and I just can't. Sorry to anyone that likes Blink-182. I can't deal with it. Love this record. I feel like this was a great one for them to release. I like this one a lot more than Around the World and Back, but Finer Things will always hold a special place in my heart, as we all know. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. The next one for me is The American Dream by Trophy Eyes. Let me be honest, along with Real Friends and the 1975, this band was not on my radar this year whatsoever. I didn't really care for them before this was released, and I might be like a bandwagon fan just because of this record, but you know what? I've listened to their past album. It didn't really catch on for me. I know a lot of people have said that I would like it. I might be listening to the wrong songs, but this record, however, fucking incredible. I have never loved an album so fast. I love Autumn. I love Friday Forever. I love I Can Feel It Calling. All of those songs, love. But this record as a whole has changed my whole outlook and opinion on this band. I actually really want to see them sing these songs live. I would love to see this band live. I saw them at Warped Tour last year. I actually enjoyed watching them. I met the singer. Very intimidating because he's so freaking tall, but like, that's okay. Can't help it. If you've listened to it, you know. If you haven't, I definitely suggest listening to the songs that I recommended. This is an album that I feel like you can't miss out on from this past year. All right, now we're getting into the top 3 albums of my entire year. And some people might argue with one, and some people might appreciate the other 2 that are on this list. But one of these albums on here have made me fall back in love with this band. It made me think of their past music. I love this record. Sunnyland by Mayday Parade is one of my favorite albums of this past year. There's a few songs on this record that I can't stop listening to. There are a few songs from this record that are on my most listened to songs on Spotify from 2018. My favorite songs on this record are Take My Breath Away, Piece of Your Heart, and Sunnyland. I love, oh my god, those songs all give me goosebumps. But the other songs on this record, they truly make me feel like I'm listening to music that they released years ago. I feel like this record reminds me a lot of their past music, and I truly appreciate that. I love their old music. The last album I didn't really care for, Monsters in the Closet. I did like that album a lot. I actually have it on vinyl. Great record if you haven't listened to it already. But this one truly caught my attention this year. Didn't think it would. I love every single song on this album, and I feel like you guys should check it out if you haven't already. This was definitely one of my most listened to albums of 2018. The next record I'm going to mention is, I'm gonna say this is probably my favorite record of 2018. It's probably tied with this one and the next one I'm gonna mention. I didn't think to listen to this album until my friend Zach had mentioned to me that I should listen to this record. So thank you, Zach. You made me obsessed with this band. Thanks. I needed that. I needed another band to be obsessed about. I appreciate that. Blue in the Dark by Bearings. Like Trophy Eyes and Real Friends, I didn't really care about this band until I listened to this record. Not gonna lie, they weren't really on my radar. Again, someone's opinion got into my head and made me not really want to listen to this band. What the fuck was I doing? This band is incredible. This record is unbelievable, and I feel like you guys should listen to it if you haven't already. I wouldn't mention it in this video if I didn't think you guys should check it out. My favorite songs on this record are Hear Me Say, Where You Are, and Eyes Closed. Eyes Closed, I listened to the shit out of that song at the very end of the year because this was released like a few months ago. I'm really bad with time, and I don't really know when people or artists or bands release their records. I'm really bad with this, I'm so sorry. I just don't really pay attention, but I know that this was released in 2018, so it's all that matters, right? This record is incredible, very well written. I love the singer's voice, and I love it so much, and this album so much, that on Black Friday I bought both of their records to have. I regret nothing, and I'm very glad that I can listen to this on vinyl now. Can't say enough nice things about this record and why you should listen to it, so just go check it out after you watch this video. And the last album I am going to be talking about for this video, and one of my favorites of 2018, is Proper Dose by The Story So Far. I forgot The Story So Far was an actual band until they released their new songs or their singles. I forgot that they existed. I'm terrible, I'm so sorry. I just kind of fell out of love with this band. They weren't really doing anything. They weren't really kind of releasing anything. It's been a while since their last record, but this album, holy fucking shit, is so good. Holy crap. Light Year, Out of It, and Proper Dose are my favorites on this record. I've listened to them so much. To be honest, I love this entire album. I can tell each song apart from one another, unlike their last record. Everything kind of blended together with their self-titled album. This one, however, oh my god, I can't say enough nice things about it, like Blue in the Dark by Bearings. Very glad that they released something new this year, and I'm glad that I actually enjoyed it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and comments down below. Tell me your thoughts on the video and what you would like to see next. Comment down below what albums you enjoyed in 2018. I would love to know, because maybe I'm missing something. Obviously, I know I forgot Lanny's new record, Panic at the Discos, and a few others. I hope 2018 didn't do that much damage to you guys like it did to me. Hopefully 2019 is like 10 times better, and I'm going to apologize in advance because 8123 Fest is literally less than 3 weeks away, and I'm going to apologize for the next year and a half because that's all I'm going to talk about, because that's what happened last time. But that'll be fun. I'm very excited for that, and I'm glad that I could end the year with this video. Thank you to anyone that came up to me this year, either at a show or found me at the Bean, and just said hi and talked to me. I truly appreciate you guys, and I truly appreciate anyone that watches my videos. I wouldn't be here without you guys. Like, you don't know how much I really appreciate you guys. Like, I honestly love you. And hopefully 2019 brings us a lot of great music, because that's definitely needed. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel. Thank you so much for dealing with me this past year, and hopefully next year will be even greater for us. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I put videos out 1 to 2 times a week, and you can find me at any of my social media sites at Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat at ZBethTheEnd. It's the same way spelled on every single account. I hope you guys have a great day today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.